Welcome all earthlings and other beings. My name is Laura and this is Zoller Tarot and Art. Thanks for being here. Today I'm going to be reading your tarot cards, and I'm also going to be drawing an image that I received in meditation for this particular reading. I'm going to go ahead and start the drawing, and then I'm going to do your initial spread, and what you'll see is another video popped over here where you can watch me mostly finish the drawing until the very end of the reading, where you can see the finished and colorized piece. So keep in mind that this is a timeless read. It's not personal. There is a collective watching at different times. So if you're here, there's probably something for you, but if something doesn't sound like it fits, then don't try to force it, okay? Also, any pronouns are interchangeable because we all have varying degrees of masculine and feminine energy inside of us. So they, she, and he are interchangeable. You just plug in the pronoun that works for you, okay? So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing really well, thank you. The image that I was seeing was precious, being precious, feeling loved. And the song that I was hearing was by Billie Eilish. And the song is called I Got Everything I Wanted. And she's singing about a dream that was actually a nightmare. And she jumped off a bridge. And, a lot of dreams are really about us processing our fears and everything. That's what happens in that state a lot of the time. And she was fearful that everybody would turn their back on her, all of her fans and her family and her friends and everything. And then the song talks about how when she wakes up, then her brother's there and says, and he says, and you say, as long as I'm here, no one can hurt you. Don't want to lie here, but you can learn to. And if I could change the way that you see yourself, you wouldn't wonder why you hear they don't deserve you. So he's reassuring her that she's not alone, that she's, he's got her back and everything, but also he's reminding her of how special she is. And so I feel like that's why this rose was coming up. And I do tend to draw roses a lot and everything, but they're just like one of my favorite things. And I just always think of them as being very, just precious. And roses have been popping up everywhere lately. So every rose is different, right? Just like every being is different. And so I will continue to develop this in the video that pops up in a second, but I just kind of wanted to show you. It's not going to be a literal drawing of a rose. It's actually going to be quite beautifully abstract and everything. So you'll see what I mean as I get into it. But let's set this aside, and I'm going to go ahead and do your initial tarot spread. And so that we don't waste any time, I'm going to speed the sequence up, and then at the other end of it, you will get to see the progress drawing popping up over here. So here we go. Okay, I have laid out your cards, and I've put clarifiers down on them also. Also, I will be listing all these beautiful decks because I'll be using several down below in the description box so that you can get your own, or just to, as sort of a thank you to the creators of these beautiful decks that all the readers use. Yeah, okay, so this is looking really good. You've worked really hard at something, though. You've got 2 Seven of Pentacles in here, so you've been working on growing things in your life. So let's just start over here and we'll work through it. It looks like judgment was called on something. Someone did something to you, or there might have been a group of people who did something that was, like really unethical, because you've got the Thief card here, the Seven of Swords, but you've really had to like put your boundaries up with somebody, and you've got the Sun here. So this is like someone, the light was really shown. It was really like, shown onto what the mischief was, or the thievery, or whatever was going on. Like someone was really exposed. And yeah, see, this is almost like, Gabriel blows their horn, but this is a woman and she's speaking into the microphone. So it's almost like whatever this person did, they can't hide it anymore, and it's been exposed. So, but you've really had to have strong boundaries and toe the line, right, to take the high road while this person continues to try to, pilfer what you've worked so hard to grow. You really worked hard. This could be anything from, you know, your finances, which is likely because it's a Pentacles thing. But this also could be like, you know, your foundation being stronger, maybe your health, or it could be just, you know, like trying to have better relationships with people and everything that takes effort. So you've really had to follow your intuition, and there have been a lot of secrets and lies and things like that is what I'm seeing. But you got the Chariot here, and the Chariot is like, you know, that's fast moving action, but this is also success. So this is just a matter of you keeping your eye on the prize, right? So because you've done that and you put the work in and everything, now you're able to start reaping the rewards of what you've created. And you've been walking away from the past, walking away from the people who have caused you problems. Maybe not just people who might have been stealing from you, but also people who didn't support you, who didn't provide any kind of emotional support, or who maybe slandered you, gossiped, bought into them, maybe some slander or gossip, or things that I'm getting like slander, gossip really strongly. So it's just like you're walking away from people who don't have your best interest in mind. And that's a smart thing to do, because they're just going to want to keep tearing down whatever you're doing, even if it's just to talk badly about you to other people, make up things. I mean, you know, that's just, this is how this happens. So keep your successes to yourself as much as possible, right? So down here we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a very compassionate leader. It's someone who's very well emotionally balanced, and you know, you've had to get really clear on who you should give your love to and who you shouldn't. You know, being very responsible about, this person will get my attention and get my love, and this person doesn't, because I really don't deserve it, because they didn't support me and I had to walk away from them, and da 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 da. Right? So it's a good luck time for you, but you're really like getting clear on who gets what, you know, what affection and love and attention from you. Right? They have to earn it. They can't just sit there and come into your life and you have to all of a sudden serve them or anything. And maybe that's something you did in the past, but you don't have to do that. You can have boundaries and, you know, give your love to those who actually do, you know, deserve it. Not just about the squeaky wheel anymore. It's about deserving. All right, and then you've got the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant has multiple meanings, right? But because it's clarified by the Two of Cups and also the Page of Cups, to me this is marriage. So it might be that someone wants to marry you, maybe they made a love offer to you, or they want to. And I feel like because the Page of Cups is here in this particular deck and everything, you've got the hands here with the heart. It's almost like you might not even realize that this person feels this way about you. Maybe you do, maybe you know them already or something like that, but you're wanting to like, blend, they want to blend their essence with you, right? So, you know, you've got to decide, is this worth your while and everything, and you work so hard on what you've built. And then we have the Queen of Cups over here, which is a match to the King of Cups, right? So this is a nice match. So this could be a love coming in. You already have money coming in that you worked hard for. So perhaps this one is about, you know, harvesting the material wealth, the material gains and everything, and the security. And this down here is more about you being able to manifest love in your life and quality people and friendships, right? And then you have the Knight of Cups here. So it's like there's someone who's going to start romancing you, or maybe you want to romance somebody, but that's going to come in after you let go of these other people who have sort of gotten in the way from you receiving the love that you deserve. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from this Oracle deck here and see what else needs to be clarified about this. Looks like you've gotten past, you know, whatever this stuff was, because you got really clear on who your friends were and who your enemies weren't. And, you know, you're extremely intuitive, so that's a good way to go too. But you want to watch people's actions. Do their actions line up with their words? Are they happiness haters? Do they actually, like, support you? Are they encouraging you? Do they give you compliments, or do they make sure that they never include you in a photo? You know, just like, they're all, you know, just there are lots of ways to evaluate whether a person is your ally or your enemy, or something in between, and what you want to do about that. So, okay, so clarification. Because you are this, you know, precious rose. You're a precious rose, and you're one of a kind, and, you know, you do have thorns and everything, and you know, have taken a while to grow and bloom, but your petals, you know, are delicate. And you don't want anybody messing with the beauty of what you've created. All right, another oracle, please. Let's see what these say. And one more. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is turning point, finding your spirituality, and a life well lived. So right here, this card is telling me I mean, it's no coincidence they're blue and blue, but it's just like once you've walked away from these people who are not supportive of you in various ways and everything, it is like a turning point for you. And then you can reap all of this harvest and everything without worrying that it's going to be squandered on people who are unworthy. Finding your spirituality means that it's just deepened your spiritual connection, which is excellent, because if you have a deep spiritual connection, you're actually like tapped in with using whatever construct works for you, whatever your religion is, your spiritual construct, all of that. Finding your spirituality, it's almost like it's deepening. It's almost like now you believe more in the divine having your back because of what you've been through. It's almost like it makes things more apparent to you, the invisible realms, right? Because you're using other senses. She's not using her eyes are closed. She's looking inward, and she's using her senses and her intuition and her instincts as well to evaluate what's around her. And then, like, there's an indication here too of like angel wings too. So I feel like you have a lot of spiritual protection around you, which is excellent. And it means you've called it in. You have to actually ask for intervention for your spiritual, team to help you, especially in a more vigorous way. So because there is a no interference rule on this planet. So and then a life well lived. So it tells me that you know how to be present in the moment, and that you might even be like an older person. You might not be someone who is like, a teenager or anything. You might be someone who's been around for a while, and you've seen quite a few things. And you have, you had achieved some beautiful things in your life, and there are some, accomplishments that you have achieved that you feel very proud of. So there, I feel like this is just telling you to kind of like look back and just see all the things you have achieved, all the things you have created, and that will help boost your self-esteem and self-worth, and really appreciating yourself even more, which will help to reinforce your boundaries against those who are unworthy of you or who just aren't a good frequency for you, right? They're working on some other level. All right, so I want to see what your obstacles are. So let's see what the obstacles are. Obstacles, please, for this collective. And another one, obstacles. And one more, obstacles. Right. So we have the Four of Swords, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have Death. Yeah, so we had the Seven of Swords before, right? This was the Seven of Swords. So this has been your problem, is people stealing from you, deceiving you, trying to pull one over on you and everything. And it might have happened multiple times. Might have happened 7 times, you never know, the Seven of Swords. So this has been a real problem. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I actually know what that's like, to have things stolen. As my art has been stolen worldwide. So and there's a need for a break, there's a need for rest, right? Because she's got a moth here on her little turban and everything, and there's another moth, and there might be some more in here, but to me that tells me there's a metamorphosis needed, which is also what death is about. It's about metamorphosis or change. So you're needing to kind of go through a cocoon stage a bit. You need to take a break. Don't burn yourself out, because that's if you rest and you take the time you need to rest your mind and your body, really to go inward, and to keep really reevaluating the things you need to do, but not worry so much, because this is like sometimes we have to rest because we need to just stop worrying so much and constantly going. You're maybe having trouble finding a way to slow down. You might be having trouble meditating. You might be having trouble sleeping, as a matter of fact, and we'll pull some solutions on that. But yeah, I'm so sorry people have been deceiving you and stealing from you. It sucks. Yeah, okay, and then we have Death here, which, okay, there are more moths. Yeah, so change is or death is all about change and metamorphosis. It's about a releasing or letting go, which we saw over here, endings, moving on, a rebirth, a necessary change. So we did have like turning point over here, remember? So yeah, so maybe you're just having some trouble dealing with this change. Sometimes change isn't easy because there might be, you might not know the next step that you need to, but sometimes you just got to break things down a little at a time. Change this, change that routine, get rid of that person, add this other person in. All do the things that you need to do. But mostly what I'm seeing is there's a lot of internal work that needs to be done. Maybe you need to do some more inner trauma work, and that might help a lot, because I think you're struggling. I feel like you're struggling with that. So let's see what the solutions are, though. Let's see what solutions are suggested here. You never know how a rose is going to turn out, right? You've got to, it's always like it's sort of a surprise, and how well they're going to bloom. And so, you know, a rose is going to bloom better when it's taken care of in certain ways, and different roses need different types of care. Some need more sunlight, some need more water, some don't like the soil, you know, and you have to change it, and, you know, they need to be clipped a certain way, and da-da-da-da-da. It just depends on what kind it is, what kind of rose you are. So, I mean, this is just telling me that you're having trouble either knowing what to do to care for yourself, or finding the time to care for what you need to. So let's see what the solutions are. Another one, please. Solutions, the best thing this collective can do for the best results, please. Seeing a lot of fairy wings in here. Okay, another one. These beautiful. Okay. All right. So it says, do it your way, inner strength, and shine bright. So do it your way says you were never meant to fit in. You were born to be wild and a free force of nature, here to build new and better worlds. Allow yourself to go and do that. So maybe you've been holding back a lot. Sometimes this, you know, this Four of Swords is also a holding back, a retreat, although I feel like this is needed, but yeah, just do things your way. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. I can tell you from personal experience that really it's better to not care what anybody else thinks. Do it the way you like it, because you know that you're good at certain things, and you know, you've already worked so hard for what you have. Just do things the way you want to. Stop asking other people's opinions. Stop worrying about what they say. Stop worrying if you know, get likes or not, or subscribes on your social media or whatever, or who gives you praise or not. You just do what you want to do, and you're going to get the best results, right? So this says inner strength. Don't lose yourself in things you can't change. Focus on the things you can change. Attitude, mindset, and energy. You've got everything you need. So this is wonderful. This is almost like the Magician card in the regular tarot and the Major Arcana. So this is like and it's like, this is almost like combined with strength too. So it says, don't lose yourself in things you can't change. So if there's something you can't do anything about, then stop putting your focus on that. Stop worrying about it. If there's somebody who's not cooperating or being nice or something, just take your energy off of that. Don't focus on that anymore. Put your energy, and this takes actual effort. You have to shift your focus onto what it is you do want to make, what it is you do want to build. And you have control over your attitude about life, right? So if sometimes you find yourself being a happiness hater, you can switch that. You can put higher frequency music on, do something fun, dance, maybe hang out with somebody who is more of a positive type of person, more like fairy-like or something like that. Go do something fun that you like that doesn't require you to like have to work hard or anything. So it says focus on the things you can change. And then your energy levels too. So if you can rest more, go ahead and do that. But you've got to work on your own internal dialogue and internal worlds to get better results and to feel better. And then you'll see you have everything you need to build what you need to. So it says shine bright. It's never a mistake to give of yourself. Some will take it for granted. Others may take advantage of it. Do not allow bad energies to overpower your light. So yeah, you're this giving, I mean, we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You're this giving, nurturing, loving person, and you have every right to shine bright. And yes, there are haters. There are people who will try to tear you down on purpose just because you have a bright light, because it disturbs something inside of them, and then they start feeling unworthy and blah, 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 blah. And that's their thing, though. They need to deal with their own stuff. They shouldn't be projecting that onto you, but people will, and they'll be haters. And there are people who will take your kindness for weakness, take you for granted, and take advantage of that. But you know what? Once you see that in them and everything, then you can walk away from them. You can move on. And, you know, you can ask your guides to show you right away. This is what I do. I ask my guides to always show me right away who a person is, like to make it really, really clear. This is the kind of person they are. So no matter what a facade they normally put on, I can see, and I can. So, but that it took like actually conscious, like asking of intervention to have that happen. So you can do this too. You're a very strong person and you're very loving, and you know, don't let people shut you down. Don't, it is good to be discerning on who you give your energy to and everything, but don't let the past, like thefts and deceptions and everything shut you down completely from being the beautiful, generous, nurturing person that you are. Some people are worthy of your love. All right, so I want to see what the ancestors have to say. Your ancestors, let's see what they have to say to you. Okay, ancestors. Yeah, one more. Yeah. Yeah, there's roses. Yeah. So, you know, it's abundance. It's, you know, you've got the Chariot over here too, and just like really good luck stuff. Even had the Wheel of Fortune in the original spread. Please. Your ancestors want to bring you abundance. You know, they're helping you. Okay, so it says intention, abundance, and faith. Okay, well, to me, this, again, it's sort of reiterating the Seven of Pentacles, right, which we had twice in the original spread. And see how this person is, they're really focused on, there's like energy coming from their hand. They're focused on growing this plant, right? All these pentacles, and there's the roots growing, and there's plant emerging right in front of them. And they're really close in there watching what they're doing, what they're creating. So what this is just a sort of a reiteration of that, where, you know, be clear every single day on what your intention is for that day. Like, it could be as simple as, I intend for this to be a happy day, right? But see how she's pouring water out of this bowl and everything. It's just like, it's saying, be clear on your intentions and where you're going to put your energy, what you're going to nurture, because you have strong nurturing powers. And then whatever you do there is going to blossom. It's going to bloom into abundance. So just be clear on what you want to put your focus on. That's really it. It's all going to be successful no matter what. It's just that you need to be clear on what you want. And if you want a really beautiful rose, then do what it takes to make that a really beautiful, blossoming, abundant rose, or multiple roses, right? And just have faith that this is all going to work out, that this is coming to fruition. It's still kind of, see, there's a child in here. So this is like, and this might be like the bird of spring and everything. So it's sort of, it's like having faith in what you're growing. It's having faith that this is going to blossom into that beautiful rose. Yeah. So, let's pull from this oracle, and then I might just pull one from one more. Let's see. We'll pull two from this oracle and see what else needs to be said. Any last minute stuff that you need to know. Let's collective need to know, please. Look at that. See how her headdress looks really similar? Although it says fight like a girl. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have fight like a girl and rewild your spirit. So to me, this is saying, stand up for what you believe in, and do it with a loving heart, right? So when the time comes to stand and fight, like, see, we have here underneath this, we had the this card here, the Nine of Wands. You know, this is the willingness to toe the line, to fight for what you believe in. But this is like a fighting for the greater good. It's not like a, I'm going to fight you just because I hate you and blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. This is more of a fighting from the heart for what is good, for the greater good, for the bigger picture, and for what is meaningful. So whatever that is that you might be protecting or wanting to change, right? So this is beautiful. And you know, this woman, she's willing to, because here there are thorns on these vines, just like on the rose. And the roses here too. She's willing to endure the thorns that are part of the process of fighting for what she believes in. And this is rewild your spirit. So to me, this is talking about, it's almost like happy accidents, and this is what I refer to when I'm doing art. Sometimes the brush will twist, or my pencil will turn, or something like that, and it creates a happy accident, and I just work with it. You know, I just take that, and that wouldn't have occurred if the accident hadn't happened. So sometimes the most authentic things that we experience are messy and unexpected, right? So just be willing to be brave enough to just go out into the wilderness of life, or just to that inner wilderness as well, like who you are inside, and look at the dark areas, look at the things that maybe you were afraid to look at before, or maybe uncover new talents or abilities, or, you know, just be exploratory. It's what it's saying, is like kind of spread out a bit and look and see what else is there, and be kind of like, let your wildness come out, go out into the wilderness, right? Kali Ma's been coming through really strong. She is, you know, she is a goddess of destruction, but she also has many other characteristics about her that are very beautiful. She's a mother, all of those things. So she's been coming through a lot. So I wanted to pull a final card from this Kali Ma Oracle and see what she has to say. So what does Kali Ma have to say for you? Let's see. All right, that's the image. And it says, Bhadra Kali. There is not always a need to try to grapple and conquer. Sometimes the need is simply to let go. Just because another has created a certain reality for themselves and is attempting to draw you in, it does not mean that you must participate. You have the divinely granted gift of choosing where to invest your energy. Be kind to yourself. Yeah, I mean, this is what this has been saying. Pick and choose who gets your beautiful energy. And now that you have, you know, so much experience and everything, you're wiser, and you know how to discern who's worthy of that or not. And there will be people who come along, like we were saying, you know, who want to mess things up for you, but, you know, or draw on your energy or deceive you or use you or whatever. But now you're wiser, and you know the red flags to watch for. Just make sure you know, ask your guides to show you right away who a person is if you're not sure. So, and just walk away from the things that don't work anymore. So that's your reading. I hope that helped you in some way. And in a second now, you're going to see the finished colorized drawing pop up. So just thank you so much, everyone, for being here and believing in my work and taking the time to watch and listen. And I hope this did help you in some way, that you found some inspiration for yourself, even if it's just from watching the drawing being created. So until I see you next time, thanks again, and you take care.